right. What up, peoples? Shemar RTP Skull Gang in the building. You know what it is. Got off work early once again. I love this job, man. The job is super easy. There's no stress level to this job at whatsoever. And I'm getting paid pretty good. But hours are not adding up yet, but supposedly we're running slow right now. They'll pick up in a month or two. So anyways, getting to what we're here for, which is, it is official. I mean, it was official yesterday, but I told you guys I didn't want to make a video until all the pieces are in place. I believe all the pieces are in place. Shout out to whoever it was that just gave me that thumbs up. I really appreciate you, man. Probably one of my loyal, subscribers. My day one Skull Gang in the building. Probably one of them. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so I told you guys I wasn't gonna talk too much about it, that I wanted to wait till everything was official, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, all that good stuff, and see I wanted to wait for the dust to completely settle. And for good reason. There was a report that Todd Bowles was going to that there's a chance that Todd Bowles might actually take the defensive coordinator job for the Bears, since their defensive coordinator, I believe, was hired by, who was they hired by? Who was the Bears defensive coordinator to? I don't remember. I think it was, I don't know, but he was hired as a head coach. You guys probably know what team it was, but anyways, it doesn't matter. So yeah, there was a chance and some reports saying that Todd Bowles might actually go for the Bears defensive coordinator job, and is picking between the Bears or Tampa. Personally, I thought, well, I don't know why this report is out there. If Bruce Arians has that pull, that everyone says he does, which the word around town is, if Todd Bowles says, yo, my nigga, I need you. Hey, don't even say nothing else more. I'm there. Supposedly that was the, the word around town when it comes to Bruce Arians. If he calls you and he needs you, people are so loyal to him that they got no problem saying, I'm there. And this is why some people thought that whatever Kitchens, that guy, the OC from the Browns, was going to be our coordinator. And I think if Bruce Arians really wanted him to be our OC, he would have been our OC. Not saying that he didn't want him to be our OC. What I'm saying is I think he probably just told him, like, you know what, if you got a chance to be a head coach, man, go for it. I won't stop you. And he was like, he basically gave him the green light to, go do you. And that's why when I heard that Byron Leftwich might be our OC, I pretty much figured that dude Kitchen was probably going to get a head coaching job. And that's why Byron Leftwich might be our OC. So I kind of saw that happening already. So that, and I pretty much thought Todd Bowles was going to be ours, because like I said, that was the word around town, was this dude Bruce Arians got pulled like that. People were just completely loyal to the guy. So I pretty much thought Todd Bowles was going to be our defensive coordinator. Then that came out, and then everything happened, and it's official. Todd Bowles is our defensive coordinator. Oh shit. Basically, Todd Bowles came out saying, Bruce Arians saying, oh, nah, Todd Bowles is like a son to me. Like, Todd Bowles is like a son to me. I can't wait for us to be together again. Like, nah, he's going to be my defensive coordinator. And I guess I made it official. Todd Bowles is our defensive coordinator. I just saw a little thing. They haven't had a press conference yet for Bruce Arians. But I seen on the Bucks website, Bucks app, that there was this little clip, and it was the Rich Eisen show, which I want to see the whole show. He had Bruce Arians on, and he asked him about Jameis Winston. And basically, long story short, man, he basically talked about how he knows Jameis since he was young. He had him at a quarterback camp, and he was the one of the most talented kids there, and that Jameis Winston won the quarterback, whatever it was, the quarterback of, I don't know, basically like the best quarterback of that camp. He won that award. And that, Jameis is smart, very smart, one of the smartest quarterbacks he's ever, blah, 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 all that stuff. Great arm. We already knew about that, and so Rich basically tells him, like, okay, so you're saying that Jameis Winston is your quarterback, right? Like, and he's like, yeah, there's no doubt. Like, Jameis is my quarterback. Like, there's no doubt. That's my quarterback. So he goes, are you worried about, the off the field issues, blah, blah, blah. He says, no, he made mistakes. I made mistakes, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And then he goes, so what do you think Jameis can do? And he says, once again, long story short, basically Jameis can do everything. He can take us to the promised land where we need to be taken. Jameis needs weapons. We just need to put the right weapons around him. And then he goes, and I'm thinking, what is he saying? We don't have the offensive weapons around him, because I don't agree with that. We do have offensive weapons around him. Like, offensive, we're good to go. Maybe we need to, and by weapons, I think he's talking about probably not weapons. He didn't even say weapons. He said pieces. We have to have the right pieces around him. I'm sorry. Because, see, words matter. The reason why RTP is ahead of the game most of the time when it comes to his Bucks is because words matter. You have to choose your words wisely. I believe he said pieces. And when he says pieces, I'm thinking he's talking about, the O-line, which is true. We need to get better O-line around Jameis. And he goes, and I'm not sure he was talking about O-line, but he says we need to get pieces around Jameis. And then he goes, that defense, we need to do something with that defense, is what he said. We need to do with that defense. And he said, if anybody can do anything with that defense, Todd Bowles could do something with that defense. And I was just like, just go and listen to it. And just that part right there made me feel assured that Arians sees and feels about that team the same way I see and feel about that team. He said he used the perfect words I wanted to hear, which was, we need to put better pieces around Jameis, and we need to do something about that defense. So that right there tells me that he knows we straight. Offensively, we straight. That defense is what's keeping us away from the playoffs. The defense is what's keeping us away from the playoffs, okay? And he said, if anybody knows what to do with that defense, it's Todd Bowles. Boom. That's what's up. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about. I see somebody, Tampa Bay Rays. Another thing I wanted to talk about was that I don't know if this is true, so you guys are 6 people watching this. Let me know if you know this is true or not. Or not. I know it's true. I don't know if it I don't know as far as what do you call it? If this is real information or if this is just made up, basically, I don't know. Anyways, I heard that Bruce Arians basically said that that coaching staff was ruining Jameis. So y'all let me know if that was true. If y'all saw that too. Bruce Arians basically said, nah, that coaching staff was ruining Jameis. Like, It was ruining Jameis. Now, I don't know if he meant scheme-wise. I don't know if he meant coaching him up-wise. Or I don't know if he just meant the fact that what I think he meant, the whole pressure about turning over the ball, benching him, and then starting Fitzpatrick, letting him lose his job, like that. I don't know. I know for a fact the whole benching Winston and all that has to do with what he's talking about the old coaching staff was ruining Jameis. I know for a fact that that's part of what he's talking about. I just don't know if that's all he's talking about is the whole benching and not having faith in his own quarterback. He was ruining Jameis. So I don't know all of it, but I'm more than sure he's talking about that part. Also be, the whole, and this is what I think he also means by it too, because like I said, I feel the same way. The whole, putting this pressure on, interceptions and turnovers and this and this and that and blah, 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 blah. That's a problem. You making these turnovers a problem. A lot of people were like, Jameis hasn't had a turn in the last couple of weeks. Jameis hasn't had turnovers, this and this and that. He's being careful with the ball. And then they're like, but is he being too careful? He's not taking enough shots down the field. Is he being too careful? And there's really a thin line between that. And this was the main reason why I really wanted Dirk Koetter gone. I felt like he was not cuffing, because they could be talking about that too, which is handcuffing Jameis, not calling plays to give him a chance to throw down the field, or being nervous and then call more run plays like we do every time we come off of a Jameis turnover. What do? We run the ball 3 times. Like, whether it's that or whether it's whatever, it could be a. But it was the reason why I felt like, Dirk has to be gone. The number one reason why I felt Dirk had to be gone was because you benched my quarterback and showed you didn't have faith in your quarterback, which was my quarterback. You benched him and showed you didn't have faith. Biggest reason why I wanted him gone. Second reason why was because in gameplay, he showed he didn't have faith in him. And third reason was because the progress of Jameis, I didn't like what I was starting to see, which was the whole his confidence go down. I wouldn't want to say confidence go down, but him trying to change his game so we could look like Fitzpatrick a little bit. I didn't like that. Like, there should be no reason why my franchise quarterback should feel like he has to change up his game and try to look like what Fitzpatrick was looking like. I didn't like that. Then it was affecting his gameplay, obviously. And, I just didn't like what was happening to Jameis. And I'm pretty sure that that's what Bruce Arians meant by what he was saying, that Dirk Koetter, or, he said the coaching staff was ruining Jameis. And I 100% agree with it. And I loved that I heard that. Okay. Tampa Bay Rays fan says, note, 2012 Arians wanted to go to Chicago, but Rob Marinelli, who was under contract at the time as a DC, had a say in the coaching search, and Arians wanted to bring Bowles in, but he decided to go to Arizona. Tampa Bay Rays is another reason why Koetter was gone, due to catering to D-Jax. Yeah, catering to D-Jax was stupid. Okay, people. Catering to D-Jax was, it is what it is, man. Cutter did a lot of things wrong. As a head coach, he did a lot of things wrong. And I don't even think Dirk. And this is the thing, I don't think Dirk Cutter's a bad head coach. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are laughing at the Falcons. A lot of people are laughing at the Falcons because of they just got Dirk Cutter as OC, offensive coordinator. And be honest, I wouldn't laugh at him because he's a good OC. He knows offense. He's a good offensive offense, bro. He'll have your offense right. The